We are live from your living room as my glasses are all crooked. That's not good for TV, is it, Dave? Come on, sort it out now. Sort it out. Here we go. Let's get the camera position just right. How's that? Is that good? Is that my most sexy angle? Is it that one? No, that one. Look, everyone. TB the bear's here. TB the bear. Say hello, TB. Look, there he is. Yes, the most famous bear of all. Look at him. Look at him. Look, he's so sexy. So sexy. Aren't you, TB? Yes, he says, I am the sexiest bear on the planet. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him go. Anyway, hello, everyone, and welcome back to a Hookster Talks live once again. Yes, live, because I just can't be bothered to make videos these days. No, just can't be bothered. Can we, TB? No, he says. No. Anyway, some shocking news in the world of Formula One. Oh, no. Oh, no. The Iceman himself is retiring. Yes. Kimi Raikkonen has said, bonjour, fuckers. And I'm out of here. Now, am I right in saying, before I do any more, if anyone's actually watching this, can you tell me if the microphone's okay? Because on the last stream, it was popping in and out a little bit. So I've pushed the microphone back a bit. So hopefully I'm all right today. Yes, hopefully. Anyway. Oh, I got one like already. Thank you very much indeed. Yes. Am I right in saying that this may actually be the wrong way if you're looking at it through a camera? But it looks okay to me. But is this the first Formula One game for PlayStation? Is this the first Formula One game for PlayStation that actually had Kimi Raikkonen in it? Is it? Am I right? I mean, I could Google it, but I just thought I'd go downstairs and get this game because I think I'm right. Kimi Raikkonen started his career, was it 2001 for Sauber? Was it Sauber? I think so. He didn't do an Alonso, did he? And join Minardi for 1 year in 2001. Yes, Fernando Alonso was in Minardi in 2001. If anyone went, what? Are you serious? Minardi? Yes, he was. Yes, indeed, Mr. McGreedy. And I think also Kimi Raikkonen started his career in 2001. But I could be wrong. Hopefully in the chat, people will tell me whether I'm wrong or not. But let's have a look at the chat. Oh, hello, it's the Will F1. Hang on. Everyone in the chat gets a special TB wave. Yes, a special TB wave. Here he goes. Yes. Yes, look at him go. Look at him. Look, he's like a trip hammer. Look. Yeah, you bastards. He says, you bastards. That's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone, because I'm so needy, so needy. It's not for me. It's not for me. It's for the bear. Yeah, he likes all the likes and subscribe, don't you, bear? Yes. Look, stop it now. Stop it. Look. No, behave yourself. Behave yourself, bear. Behave yourself. Be good. Be good. That's better. So, hello, Mr. Will F1. We can hear you fine, Dave. Oh, that's good. That's better than the last one. I'll say it was popping a little bit. I don't know why it's popping because this is my good microphone. It shouldn't be popping, but that's YouTube for you. Yeah, that's YouTube for you. It obviously deems that my voice is too carryiness, and it has to dumb it down a little bit. Anyway, I've moved the mic a little way away, so we should be okay. Hello, Mr. J. Cartwright. Yes, he gets away from the TV bear as well. Look at him go. Look at it. All right. Calm down, son. Calm down. Bloody hell. Who would have thought at my age I'd end up bloody fiddling with a bear? Hey, who would have thought? Unbelievable scenes. Absolutely unbelievable scenes. I'm never going to get as big as Alva like this, am I? No. Anyway, hello, Mr. J. Cartwright. Goodbye, Kimi Raikkonen. Him and Alonso made it through F1 games on PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and PS5. Yes, you are absolutely right. They were in all the generations of PlayStation. You know what? That's made me quite sad now. Yes, it has. Yes, it's made me quite sad. But there you go. Yes, all the generations had Kimi Raikkonen in. Oh, and yes, he did join Sauber in 2001. Thank you very much for that, Mr. J. Cartwright. I thought I was right, but I thought, let's not look at Google because that's cheating, isn't it? Yeah, that's cheating. You sit up there, Mr. TV Bear. Let's have a look at the back of this and see if it actually mentions Mr. Kimi Raikkonen, shall we? Put it over there so I can read it because I need it from a distance. Officially licensed, but this, by the way, is, oh my God, it just really is, isn't it? Studio 33 was a developer, started in F1 Formula 1 99, and they carried it on to 2000 and 2001. Thankfully, they only did 3 years of this because, as far as I can see, Sony just went with the one that was pretty cheap for F1 back in those days and said, yeah, just make a game, will you? Yeah. I'm currently trying to get through Formula 1 2000, and it's just absolutely diabolical. It really is. Yeah, I've almost reached the end of the season. Pretty much every round I've retired through to damage because the damage model is just, it's horrendous. This one is slightly better. They introduced traction control. Yes, traction control and ABS. So it is slightly better. It's probably the best one of the versions of the Studio 33 games, but I just didn't like any of them, to be honest. Just didn't like any of them. Thank God they went to Studio Liverpool for the PS2 version of this, and then they carried it on, obviously, from there. But yeah, no, I didn't like any of it. Anyway, let's have a look and see if Kimi's mentioned. This is the officially licensed product of the 2001 FIA Formula 1 World Championship, licensed by Formula 1 Administration. Full season 2001 driver and team lineup, new arcade mode featuring 34 tracks. 34 tracks? Are you kidding? Yeah, that's all the usual tracks, and then the rest in reverse. Yes, obviously, and possibly a few others bolted on. 2-player racing against a full grid, either as teammates or bitter rivals. Now, this is the best. This is the best laugh about this game. Enhanced car damage, realistic collisions. Are you serious? Are you serious? Punches and blowouts. Instant replay with rewind and slow motion. I'll remember the instant replay. And official commentary from TV's Murray Walker and Martin Brundle. There you go. Look at that. F1 2001 for the PlayStation 1. If you're wondering why it's in a DVD case, because if you remember those old PS1 dual cases, oh my God, they used to break within about 5 seconds. In fact, they used to break as you were trying to get the cellophane off the packet. Yeah, no, it's gone. It's broken. No, it's broken. So all my PS1 games, or at least 99% of them, are now, I've just basically converted them into DVD cases. So I've just taken the innards out of them and put them in there, and they're in DVD cases. It's not a very elegant solution. I do agree, but it's the only solution I've got at the moment. So there you go. That's why it's not in a proper PS1 case. But there you go. F1 2001. With the Iceman himself, Mr. Kimi Raikkonen. In the Sauber, yes, I remember that. And poor old Alonso. Poor old Fernando in that Minardi. Oh my God, what a dog that was in 2000. Well, it was a dog all the way throughout its career, basically. But in 2001, wowzers, that was a bad machine. Who else have we got? Who else have we got? We've got the Bobster. Ah, he says Kimmy with a sad face. I know the Bobster. I know. Poor old Kimmy. What are we going to do? But as I said in a tweet that I've tweeted to someone, I can't remember who it was now, but I did tweet to someone. I do believe when he signed the contract at Alfa Romeo that they said that when he did eventually say he was going to retire, they were going to offer him some kind of management role in the company. I don't know what that entails, but that's what I heard. But they're only going to offer it to him once he'd actually hung up his helmet and said that's it. So he could still be around next year. Perhaps he could be on the pit wall. Now that would be a thing, wouldn't it? If Kimi was on there, now he could. I don't know who's going to be driving next year for Alfa Romeo, but whoever it is, he can probably turn around to them now and say, "Tell them to get out the way. Tell them to get out the way." So yeah, I'd love to see Kimi on the pit wall. Don't forget, this isn't the first time. Of course, Michael Schumacher came back as a consultant, didn't he, for Ferrari back in the late 2000s. I think it was 2008, something like that. Yeah, I remember seeing Michael Schumacher on the pit wall with the Ferrari lads. So yeah, it's not a new thing, but I would love to see Kimi back in some kind of leadership role next year, especially with all the brand new cars as well. As I just knock over my monitor, thank you. Especially with all the brand new cars as well, that would be great. I guess that Kimi's retired because he didn't want to get into, all the new cars and regulations of next year, which is quite understandable because it's going to be a radical change. And I expect he sort of said, God, blah, blah, can't be bothered with all that. Can't be bothered with all that schnizzle. So that's why he called it a day. And I think that's quite sensible of Kimi, actually, to be honest. If you're going to, quit at any point in your career as a major change is about to happen, it's probably about the best time. Who do you think will be replacing Kimi at Alfa Romeo? I have absolutely no idea, to be honest. I mean, the driver market for next year is all over the place, isn't it? With the George Russell controversy. I mean, he's not going to be at Mercedes next year. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Not all the time Lewis is there. It's just never going to happen. But so I don't know. There's I'd say there's a few drivers changing for next year. So I don't know who's going to be in that seat. I really don't. Now, Alpha haven't really done too good this year. So they probably haven't got too much of that dirty cash to spend on, any decent drivers. So they may go the safety route and see if they can pick someone from F2, or they might pick someone who's pretty old and getting near the end of his career and was pretty useless in F1. So, Valtteri Bottas for next year at Alpha then. Thank you to the 4 viewers. I've just looked in the corner there. I'm going to put my finger up to where it says, 5 viewers now and 2 likes. Thank you. You're all legends. You get a free wave from TB. Here he goes. God, get your bloody ear out of my ear. You should just put my tag in my ear. Yeah. I know that's not the worst thing you've put in my ear, but that's another story. Yeah, we can't go into that now because we're on YouTube and we're live. And I've monetized the video as well. So we've got to behave ourselves and be good. Yes. Just give them all a little wave. There he goes. Look at his little arm going. Oh my God. Oh my God. There you go. Special TB wave for all my 5 viewers out there now. You go sit up there, TB. Maybe don't crash. Yes, that's good advice. Every time, don't crash. If only Codemasters could have had 34 tracks. They can't even get 22, Will. Never mind about 34 at the moment. Oh my God. That's the thing about the Codemasters games as well, isn't it? They've never done any of the circuits in reverse. I mean, that wouldn't take much effort, surely, just have some of the circuit. It'd make it a bit more fun. You could do an arcade season or whatever with the circuits in reverse, but nah. Let's just do Breaking Point. And yeah, everyone's going to love that. Yeah. No, not really. But there you go. I think the new tracks are coming to F1 2021 next month, says Jay Cartwright. Well, let's hope so, Jay. Let's hope so. And then we can finally get as near to a proper season, of course, because there's Canada, isn't there? Yes, there's Canada. Oh, dear. But yeah, we can get pretty close to a proper season. Of course, we got the new track at Jeddah. That's coming up, isn't it? Yeah, I've seen pictures of that. It looks like it's not even finished yet, so I don't know what's going to happen there. So well done. They need to get their finger out with the old, the shovels and getting the track made, because it looks far from finished at the moment. Anyway, 5 viewers now. Well done to you all. Thank you. Dave, oh my goodness, it's my Russian friend, and I'm speaking to him live. This feels very weird. Very weird indeed. And as he's just come on now, it's time for a special TB wave. Look at him. Look, a special TB wave for my Russian friend. There you go, sir. There you go. I'd just like to say that my Russian friend has been with me from... Get up there, TB. He's been with me from pretty much the start of my channel in 2014. Yes, right at the start. I think he joined me when I had about, I don't know, 20 subscribers, something like that. But yeah, he's been there through thick and thin. Yes. And I'm pretty sure he's watched all the all seasons, which personally he deserves a medal for. Yes. But there you go. So well done, sir. Well done. Jay says, I'd be surprised if Bottas stays in F1. Yeah, because personally, I can't see that he would take the downgrade after being in a Mercedes, suddenly go, yeah, that's all right, I'll be an Alpha. I mean, that's really going right down. You can understand if you disappeared to like Red Bull or someone like that, or some of the middle teams, maybe an Alpine, but I can't see him in an Alpine. He just doesn't seem to fit there at all, to be honest. But any of the middle teams, he would probably say yes, but to go from Mercedes to Alpha, no, I can't see that whatsoever. Just can't see it happening. So yeah, he'll probably hang it up and say, yes, I'm retiring now. I mean, how old is he? He's only in his 30s, isn't he? So that's very weird. Is he 31? I don't know. I do feel sorry for Mr. Bottas, not for his driving or for anything like that, but I do feel sorry for the fact that he had a very short marriage, which is never a good thing. And for all accounts, it looks like she took him to the cleaners afterwards as well. So, so he may be in the Alpha next year because he may need the money. Yes. But yes, that's not a very good thing to have. If anyone remembers Emily Bottas, yes, used to be his wife, but not anymore. No. But she got a good screw out of it. Twice, possibly. So it's all good. Okay, so yes, there's my Russian friends giving me emojis now. Well done, sir. Bring kit on F1. Yes, that's what we need. Turbo boost. Oh, Michael. I love Knight Rider. Yes. But the voice, that was just the gayest computerized car I've ever heard in all my life. Yes. It was just so gay. So bloody gay. That's one of my famous catchphrases that's now coming to fruition live. Yes, live. Yes. Oh, don't worry. I'll have some complaints about that from someone at some point. Yes, someone will complain about that. No, that's outrageous. You can't say that. No, you can't say that these days. No, I'm a snowflake and I'm going to put a stop to it right now. I'm going to get the Hookster channel banned. Best banned. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, I'm using gay as you used to use gay back in the 60s and the 70s. Yeah, happy. Very happy. Very happy indeed. Hello, Jupiter. I bet Russell is signed with Mercedes because he seems quite happy in Belgium. Yes, you could be right there. You could be right. Excuse me. It's time for a bit of libation. Nice. Oh, lemonade. Can't beat it. So you think Russell is signed? Interesting. Interesting indeed. I would love to see him. Now, next year with Lewis Hamilton, but I don't know. Lewis seems to be very able to put a lot of roadblocks in his way at the moment. Yes, a lot of roadblocks. So I don't know if it's going to happen. We will find out. Of course, we will find out. Now, of course, with the new cars next year, things are all going to change anyway. Who is going to be the dominant team? Is there going to be a dominant team next year? Or are they going to be sort of level? I mean, like they are at the moment between Mercedes and Red Bull, they're pretty even. In fact, I'd say Maxi Boys pretty much got the Mercedes both matched at the moment. So what's going to happen next year? I just hope that with the fact that Honda are leaving Red Bull and they're making their own engines next year, and I've seen pictures of they're actually building a little extension onto their factory, which is going to be where they make the engines for next year. I just hope that this isn't going to dull Red Bull's performance a little bit, because it's a complicated thing to actually be a team that makes your own engines as well. I mean, obviously they're just inherited from Honda from last year, so the development was already there. That's why they agreed to make their engines themselves, because there's like this freezing of development in there. So that's not going to be a problem. But I just think that some of the focus of Red Bull could be damped down a little bit due to the fact that they're going to be making their own engines, and I just hope that they don't start to fall down a bit and Mercedes start to come dominant again for 2022, and the cycle just starts all over again. Lewis winning every round and everyone falling asleep halfway through the races. Because this season has been a lot better in regards to the fact that Lewis has someone who's actually pushing him and pushing him a lot. I mean, that race a few weeks ago when he was up on the podium, he really, I mean, I know he was saying it was long COVID, but that was really long COVID, that was, wasn't it? I mean, Lewis he just loves to, do stuff like that. But he did look very ill on that podium. I will give it to him. He did look very ill indeed. But yeah, I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. Bottas will replace Kimi. You've heard it here first from the Bobster. There you go. Bottas will replace Kimi Raikkonen. Oh my goodness, we got 10 viewers. 10 viewers. Oh, TB. Help me, TB. I've got 10 viewers. Give them all a wave. Give them all a wave. Go on. Wave to them. Yes. 10 viewers. I'm almost as popular as Arava. Oh my God. And Benjamin Daly and Tiamat Marduk. And who's that other bloke? Oh, Tomo F1, who's decided to change his branding from pink to green. And everyone on Twitter went, "Eight balls." Yeah, they did. Yeah, because he changed the colour of his channel from pink to green. Yeah. All right, it was a slow news day. Very, very slow. I love the big F1 YouTubers. I really do, as you can probably tell. Love them to bits. Jay Cartwright says, what F1 needs in the next career mode, they need a livery editor, thing like in Gran Turismo Sport. But my guess is the FIA won't like that. Yeah, I agree with you. The livery. Hello, someone's sending me a message. No, they've disappeared. Yeah, I agree with you. The livery in the F1 games, it's pretty basic, and I hate the fact that to get any of the decent liveries, you have to go to the PlayStation Store and pay extra moolah. And the thing I also hated was I was on F1 2020. I think it was last week. And they give you this Bitcoin currency in the game. Yeah. Well, I'd managed to amass a huge amount of cash of Bitcoin. Yeah. And I actually had enough on F1 2020 to buy the DLC pack, which I never buy for the F1 games, like the add-ons. I can't remember what it was on 2020. I think it was the Michael Schumacher cars and what have you. But I had enough in Bitcoin to buy that. And I thought, oh, I'll buy that then as I've got it. And I pressed a button and it said, no, because you can't use Bitcoin to buy external stuff like DLCs. No, you can only use it in game for stupid crap like new helmet designs and stuff like that. And I thought, what a rip-off. What's the point in giving them to you then if you just got to spend it on that load of old garbage? So yeah, I didn't buy the DLC. So I thought, no, I'm not going to bother now. You've upset me, Codemasters, so I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bloody bother. But yeah, the liveries in the F1 games are just so basic, aren't they? Yeah, we could do with some really nice Gran Turismo style liveries. That would be. I better scroll up the screen because it's going to disappear otherwise. Oliver Beck says, "Would love to see Spa in reverse, down Eau Rouge into La Sousse. Mega." Oh yes, that would be good. I agree with you there. That would be good. Yeah, come on, Codemasters, sort it out now. Sort it out. Just give us these tracks for God's sake. How long does it take to make a track? What are they doing? They're just like, oh, I've made another centimetre of it today, lads. Oh, well done. Well done. Nearly there. Will F1 says, thought you were going to say Brendan Hartley for a second. Yeah, almost, almost. Shall I say it now? Just for, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, I do say this line in my all seasons career mode, by the way. Every time I come up, I'm doing the 2018 career mode at the moment. And we've got a driver called Brendan Hartley, who's in the, what's he in? Toro Rosso, that's right. And I actually saw an interview with Brendan Hartley a few years ago. And it just made me laugh because the way he spoke was very, very effeminate. If you know what that means, very effeminate the way he spoke. So it just made me laugh. So now in my videos, whenever I come up behind Brendan Hartley, I say, "So gay, so bloody gay." Yes, and I say someone will pull me up about that at one point. But there you go. It's just a joke. It's just a joke, everyone. We can still say jokes. Yeah. Right, let's have a look what we got. We need Scott's speed and Oliver's penis back in F1. Yes, I totally agree with you. Oliver's penis. It was such a shame about Olivier Panis after his accident in Canada when he broke both his legs because I think he would have been a real star of the future of F1, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. Oh my goodness. Mr. Dominic Alando, yes, one of our ERL drivers, is in the chat and he says, "I made it." And not only that, he's got one of his little stickers next to his name, which means that he is a joiner. Yes, a joiner of the F1 Games PlayStation Appreciation Society. Yes, for just 99p, which is an absolute bargain. I actually tried to get YouTube to drop it down to 50 pence, but unfortunately 99p is the lowest you can go on YouTube. So just 99p a month, just 99p a month, you can become a member of the Hookster Appreciation Society. Yes. And don't ask me what you get for that because I have no idea. Well, what you get is a little badge next to your name when you make a comment. And it's in blue. And after 30 days, if you're still a member, that badge turns green. I know. Shock, horror. You're saying all this for 99p a month? Yes, all this. Your badge will go green after 30 days. I know. It's bargain of the century. Bargain of the century. And also, I've made a little emoji because when you actually join, you get the message that says Hookster is Jesus. Yes. And I've actually made a little emoji of Jesus himself. And you get that. And if you look on the chat now, you will see that has been displayed now by Mr. Dominic Orlando 3 times. 3 times. Yes. He likes to get in as many as possible. But there you go. There's my emoji of Jesus. Yes. That's for being a member. Well done, Dominic Orlando. Everyone give him a clap, everyone. Give him a clap. Yes. TB. Give him a wave to Dominic Orlando. There you go. You can join Dominic Orlando most nights on YouTube where he streams the absolutely brilliant Kingdom Hearts game. Yes, Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, oh, it's just brilliant. And you can listen to his witty banter. Witty banter. I'll tell you what, he's better than Jeremy Clarkson. Yes, he is. Yes. What's that? Why is he playing a stupid Disney game? That I don't know, but he is brilliant. He really is. So check him out. He's on the Dominic Orlando channel. Don't ask me to spell that. Just look it up. Dominic Orlando. Yes. And he's got about 62 subscribers. So let's see if we can get him up to 100. Yes, let's get him up to 100, and he'll be so happy, so happy. Yes, and he can stream more Kingdom Hearts until about next Christmas, possibly next Christmas. We like him, don't we, TB? Yes, give him a wave, give him a wave. Right, get up there, you stupid bear. Russell said that he knows where he's driving in 2022. Oh, he did he? Oh, I love that. I love that indeed. With a big smile on his face. So maybe he is going to Mercedes then. Maybe he is. Jay Cartwright says F1 2022 needs classic cars again. Perhaps they could put the six-wheel Tyrrell. Wowzers mid trousers. Definitely the six-wheel Tyrrell in along with the Brabham fan car. Oh yeah, I love that car as well. And the Life F1 team. Yeah, but I mean, what did they do? They took all the classic cars out because they said they wanted to concentrate on Breaking Point. I think the real reason was because they didn't really have something that they could sell as DLC for the classic mode, so they just said, no, we won't bother. We won't bother. Jupiter says, I wonder if Teddy Bear regrets being here. No, he loves being here, don't you, TB? Yes, he loves being here. Look, see, he's shaking his head all on his own. All is no influence from me whatsoever. Isn't that right, TB? Yes, he loves it, don't you? He's actually the star of the show. I'm just the co-commentator. Yes. I'm like the Martin Brundle of the Murray Walker double act. Yes, that's it. You're right there, Murray. You're right there, Murray. That's all he ever said in F1 97, wasn't it? You're right there, Murray. Yeah, they could have given him a few more lines, couldn't they? Could have given him a few more lines. Did you know that in F1 97, actually, if you go through the F1 1996 season, the real life season, not in video games, because there wasn't a 96 season actually in the F1 games, but if you go through the real life season of 1996, you'll hear a lot of the lines said by Murray Walker actually during the real life races, and they were actually used in F1 97. Yes, indeedy. Oh, yes. Will F1 says Tomo. Oh, Tomo, yes. We love Tomo. Shall I do an impression? Shall I do an impression of Tomo F1? What? 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 Anyway, let's move on. And speaking of Mr. TB, how did you get him? How did I get Mr. TB? Well, Mr. TB was actually a present. Can't remember if it was a birthday present or a Christmas present, but it was one of those, yes. And I have to say that Mr. TB is a very expensive bear. Yes, these Builder bears are not very cheap indeed. And I mean, these clothes that he's got on, this Captain Kirk, Star Trek, from the shorts and all that other kinky stuff. That's £25 just for the clothes. Yeah, and I think the bears are about 20 quid right now, 25 quid. So you're talking about a £50 bear, a £50 bear. But he's worth it, aren't you, TB? Mwah, mwah. Big, beautiful, sexy bear. Get up there. Did you enjoy my driver day? Yes, I did. Very much, very much. When it happened years ago. Dominic Orlando. Dave Hook, what are your podium predictions for Zandvoort pole? My predictions, it's funny you say that, Mr. Dominic Orlando, because of course I can now say to everyone who's watching, please feel free to get your predictions in for the 1, 2, 3, because this is a Hookster Talk. It's just a live one for the next race at Zandvoort. Tell me who you think. I've lost my pen now. I know why I've lost my pen. I was using it this morning. Yes, I had a man come round. Settle down. Came to sort out my cable box because I had no television from my cable. No, it was all pixelated and horrible. Yes, I actually watched the beautiful Grand Prix from Spa last week, and apart from the fact that it was pissing down and they were doing like three laps only, I could hardly see the screen because it was all pixelated, and could just about make out what was going on. Thank God it was only 3 laps. I've been well annoyed. Well annoyed. So my podium predictions for Zandvoort. Right. Pole will be Max Verstappen. Second, Bottas. Third, Lewis Hamilton. There you go. You heard it here first, folks. Imagine if Teddy was an F1 driver. Oh, yes. Now, which F1 driver would TB be? He may be Kimi Raikkonen. Blah, blah. Get out of the bloody way. Get out of the bloody way. We don't know. Which one could he be, TB? Which one could you be? None of them. He doesn't want to be any of them, he says. No? Okay, then. What about Fernando Alonso? Oh, he likes Fernando Alonso. There you go. He's going to be Fernando Alonso. Right. I better get down these. Oh, the messages are going. I know Jeddah is currently a construction site, but they got Hanoi done. Oh, they got Hanoi done, have they? Excuse me a minute. I'm going to scroll through the thing because they're going to disappear. Wait a minute. Can I scroll back down again? Oh, Dave, you're such an idiot, aren't you? Can I scroll back down? Oh, I can. I didn't know you could do that. I thought they were disappearing as they reached the top of the script. Oh, God. Now I feel hugely embarrassed. I'm never going to be as good as Araver at this rate. I didn't know that you could scroll them back down again, did I? I thought that once they got to the top, they disappeared forever. TB, I need consoling. Thank you. What an idiot. Right, okay. So I know Jeddah is currently on the scratch stop, but they got yeah, okay. Imagine if Teddy was an F1 driver. Yeah, done that one. Jeremy Clarkson has bloody diddly squat farm shop. Yes. We love Jeremy Clarkson, even though he's got quite fat lately, hasn't he? Quite fat. And he did look terrible during lockdown because he grew all his beard out, didn't he? And he looked like about 80 years old. Poor Jeremy. But he's doing all right. He's doing all right. Yeah, he's still selling those fresh farm eggs. Yes. No salmonella. Absolutely no salmonella. No, they're fine. Beautiful eggs. Beautiful eggs indeed. Now, what have we got from Dominic Orlando? Oh my goodness, he's planning to start Final Fantasy XV. I can't do Roman numerals. What's XV? What does that mean? Is that no? It's not 10, is it? Because 10's just V, isn't it? I'll trust you to do that. I'm gonna have to look that up on Google now. What's XV in Roman numerals? I don't know. Put the tab over there. Come on, Google, answer me the question. What is it? X. Time I do this, you're all going to tell me what it is anyway, aren't you? XV. What number's that? Oh, thank you, Google. Just tell me the answer. In Roman numerals. Oh, man. 15? 15? They did 15 Final Fantasies? Oh my God. Are you sure? So there you go, everyone. Tonight, Dominic Orlando live on the Dominic Orlando F1 channel. No, not F1. Well, he does F1 on the channel mostly, but he also does live streaming as well. Look him up and he will be doing a live stream of Final Fantasy 15 tonight. Yeah, don't ask me when, because it's when he wakes up. Yeah, because he likes a little nap in the evening after he's had his pizza, because he comes from Italy. Yes, just one cornetto, give it to me, delicious ice cream from Italy. So yeah, after he's had his pizza and his garlic bread and whatever else Italians eat these days, he has to have a little sort of nap. He has to, because he starts to feel sleepy because all that what's it called is going to his head. All the blood's rushing to his head while it's trying to digest the food in his stomach. All that carbohydrates. That's what I was trying to say. All those carbohydrates in that pizza. Because oh my goodness, that white bread full of carbohydrates, Dominic. Full of carbohydrates, Yes, and he starts to feel sleepy, so he nods off for a little bit in the evening, has a little sleep. That's why he doesn't like doing the league races on a Monday night because it interrupts with his little nap in the evening. Anyway, so he has a little nap and then he wakes up and he does this live stream of whatever. He's been doing Kingdom Hearts, but now apparently he's doing Final Fantasy 15. So check him out because he's great. Yes, he really is. And where's that tenner you owe me? Come on. Give me the readies. Okay. It's Mr. Jeffrey Dotson. Hello, sir. Dave, my British stepchild. That's me. Okay, Daddy. Jay Cartwright says the breaking point was rubbish, to be honest. Yes, I totally agree with you. Breaking point was. I was going to put it on my channel, and a couple of people have asked me to put it on the channel. But I thought, well, it's exactly the same story. It never changes, so I'm not going to be offering anything new. It's just going to, everyone's seen it so many times on the beautiful Arava channel and the beautiful Benjamin Daily channel that what's the point, really? Unless I could sort of jazz it up a little bit, but I can't jazz it up a little bit because it's just exactly the same story. So, yeah. And I've only done about 4 of the first 4 scenarios. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I will finish it at some point, but yeah, not that interesting. Hello, Mr. Scott Barnes. Yes, I am fine, thank you, and welcome. Mr. Scott Barnes is also a long time sufferer of the channel. So he gets a special TB wave. Look at that. Look at his little arm going. Look at that. Look at the way his little arm's going. Yeah. There's other things that he does where his arm goes like that, goes that fast, Yeah, there's other things that he does. Yeah. Can you think what that is? No? No, I haven't got a clue either. And unfortunately, I'm monetizing this video, so I can't actually tell you. But yeah, there's one other little activity he likes to do where his little arms going like that. Yeah. In fact, sometimes his little arms going like that. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's going really, really fast. Really, really fast. And then he's like, oh God, yeah. And then suddenly he gets up to the point of explosions and then oh, and he's done. Yeah, he's done. And he has to go sleep then. Yeah, for about, I don't know, 5 hours because he's exhausted, absolutely exhausted. Jupiter says, no, I quite agree with you. No. Do an impression of TRL Limitless. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. You had to go and say that, didn't you, Mr. Will F1? Really? I can't do that, yo. No. Yo! There you go. That's the best I can do. Yo! Yes. Oh dear. Let's move on. Jay Cartwright says, I heard that some of the things Martin Brundle said in F197, other than you're right there, Murray, were actually things Jonathan Palmer said in the 90s. Yes, you are correct about that as well, Mr. Jay Cartwright. Yes, they were sentences that Jonathan Palmer said, and they put them in there for Martin Brundle because, of course, he was the commentator in F197. So, yes, you are correct on that. Absolutely. And it's sentences that were said in the real life season of 96. So, yes. Oh, here we go. Predictions. Poll for Lewis. Thank you, Scott. Jeff says, tell us about the Cable Man. How was it? It was a very interesting experience with the Cable Man. Yes, very interesting indeed. Basically, my picture was pixelated and I called them out and they said Thursday. I said, fine. And he came out this morning and he was just amazed at how old my cable equipment was. I said, well, of course it's old. I said, I've lived here for 26 years. And that's when I had the cable put in 26 years ago. I said, so all the stuff is 26 years old. And he says, it's remarkable. It's still running. I said, well, it's not really running now, is it? He said, well, true. But it's remarkable it's even been going this long. So anyway, he replaced all the end cables, the little connectors for the cable on the inside in my house and on the outside on the box as well. And then he went down the cellar and went, "Oh my god! Oh my god! What the hell is that?" I said, "What?" I said, "Oh, that's the isolation box for the cable." And he went, "I've never seen one before that old." I went, "Oh." So I'm going to replace that as well. So I replaced the isolation box with a cable. I don't know what that means. I think it's if there's a thunderstorm, it stops the cable from exploding or something like that. Anyway, it's called an isolation box. So there you go. So we replaced the isolation box with a new one, and went and checked it, and he said, "Yeah, it's all fine, absolutely fine." Anyway, just as he was leaving, I had something to sign. I was actually at the front door, just about to. He was just about to go, and the TV went off, and I went, "Oh, hang on, it's gone off." And he went, "Oh," it said, "Oh, it's all right. It's just resetting the box." So it reset the box, and after a few minutes, it came back on, and it was all pixelated again. I went, "Oh, not fixed then." He said, "No." So we had a look and he went, "Oh dear, it's the box. The box is knackered." I said, "Well, I'm pretty sure I've had that 26. No, I haven't had the box 26 years because they've replaced it a few times now because they don't last that long because it's a recording box as well." So yeah, he replaced the box and thankfully that was now the problem. I mean, the end connectors needed doing anyway after 26 years. So he's done all that as well. But yeah, I needed a new cable box as well. So there you go. I've got a new cable box. Yes. Now I've got to re-input all my recordings for all my ladies of leisure interest channels. Yeah, my ladies of leisure. I I like to keep up with all the latest developments there. So I've got to re-put all my sort of series link recordings in now for all my ladies of interest. Yes, those ones that are on quite late at night, after about midnight till about 5 in the morning. Those ones, yes, I've got to redo those now. Because unfortunately, when you get a new box, it's blank and you have to start all over again. All over. I don't know if I can remember them all, to be honest. No, but I'll try my best. Okay, what else have we got? Scott Barnes says, first Lewis, second Max, third Bottas. Thank you very much, Scott. I'm actually good. Oh, I can't write it down because I haven't got my pen with me. Oh, it's okay. I think I've got the chat replay on, so I should be able to get it later because I want to see if anyone gets it right. Right. Dominic Orlando says Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton is my podium. Don't count McLaren out this weekend. Wow, that sounds like you've got an inside source at McLaren there, Dom. An inside source. So there you go. McLaren are going to be strong this weekend. You heard it here first on Hookster Talks. So in actual fact, it's going to be a McLaren 1-2. Don't forget that because Dominic Orlando says so. There you go. Nice one. When Spa was delayed, I couldn't be bothered to wait. Decided to switch between the BTCC and Top Gear on iPlay before it was eventually cancelled. That's good. That's good. If anyone knows where I can watch the touring car, the BTCC, I don't mind if it's highlights because unfortunately, because I got rid of my boxes blown up. Because what I do is I record them all and then watch them all around Christmas time. But unfortunately, my box was blown up, so I've had to get a new one. And all the recordings have gone. I had about 5 or 6 from the rounds of the beta. Is there anyone knows where I can watch them? Please let me know. Thank you. I'll be able to record them in future, obviously from now, but I've lost about 5 or 6 of the races. So yeah, or should I say 5 or 6 of the events. So if anyone knows, please let me know and I can watch them. Thank you. Interactive TV at its best. Scott says, I think TB will be Danny Ricciardo. Yes. Now that's good. Because like Danny Ricciardo, he's got a permanent smile on his face. Look at him. Look, yes, the smiling assassin. Yes, get in there. And he's in the right colours as well. Well, was in the right colours. Not now, of course. No, not now. But he was in the right colours when he was at Renault. We have now changed to Alpine. Or is it Alpine? Not quite sure. One of those two. Alpine. In blue. Do we like them in blue now? Neither do I. I preferred them when they were in yellow as Renault. Yes, indeed. Go up there, Mr. TB. They don't disappear, Dave. Yeah, love on TB. Yes, thanks, Jeff. I've just put that out now. The messages don't disappear. Matthew D'Souza says, "Can you do a scary game live stream?" I can possibly. I could do one on PS4. I think I've got one somewhere. One of the Friday the 13th or whatever. I've got all the Resident Evils as well. Unfortunately for the PS4, I can't do a me and the camera because unfortunately for the PS4, yeah, the PlayStation 4, you have to have their special camera for it to work. You can't just plug in a normal camera, which is what I say to Sony is boo, 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 Sony, because your camera is about 140 quid. And that's not good because the PlayStation 3, you could plug in any webcam into that and it would work. But you can't do it with the PlayStation 4. It has to be a special Sony camera. And I say boo boo. So I can't do a camera with me on it. I am sort of trying to see whether I can get any streaming set up on my computer here and maybe bring up a games console because I have got the ability to stream because I've got a capture card which does live streaming. So I could possibly do something, but we will see for the future. We will see for the future. See what happens. Right, Will says first for Max, second for Hamilton, third for Sainz. Oh, Sainz, Carlos Sainz. Wow, that's a controversial one. Ferrari, I'd almost forgotten all about Ferrari. Yes, thanks for that, Will. Yeah, I haven't got a pen, so I can't write these down, but I've got the chat replay on, so I can go back through them and have a look and see if anyone's got them right next week, of course, because we've got, what have we got next week? I think it's Monza, isn't it? I know it's a triple header. Well, it was supposed to be a triple header, but it's not. It hasn't been that way, has it? Hopefully it won't rain this weekend. Hopefully it won't rain. And we'll get some kind of race in. My predictions. Thank you. Encore, Dave. How do we make Dave bring back that? But what games could we play in the all season? Yeah, I should bring that back, shouldn't I? I should bring that back. Yes. What games could we play? That was in relation to the ladies of the night, as I like to call them. Yes, the ladies of the night. Oh my goodness, we've got Tulunga Leela in the house, everyone. Hello. Oh, I've got to smart myself up a little bit now. Let's put the hair back. Let's put that. What do you mean there isn't any hair? Stop it now. Stop it. That's it. Let's pin the hair back. There you go. Tulunga Leela is in the stream. Hello, my darling. My darling. I just loved you on Futurama. I really did. Yes. You are my favorite character from Futurama. But Bender is a very, very close second. Very, in fact, he's almost there with you. But you are my favorite, absolutely. But Bender, everyone loves a Bender. Okay, let's continue on, shall we? Yes. Oh, she's given me some hearts as well. She gets a special wave from TB for that. Special wave from TB. There he goes. Look, he's going off like a trip hammer again. All right, calm down, lad. Calm down. I know it's Tulunga Leela. Give her a good old wave. Give her a good old wave. Go on, boy. Give her a good old wave. Go on. Yeah. Go on. Go on. Faster. Yeah, go on. Yeah. Yeah. Almost forgot it was on camera then. Let's put you back up there, Mr. TB, and we'll continue. Jay Cartwright says, Babe Station. Is that the name of it? Babe. Oh, what was that? Something just clicked on my laptop. That's because I put TB on my laptop and he's just pressed all the buttons. TB, you naughty bear. I know, but if I put you on there, you're going to fall on the floor, aren't you? Just stay, okay? Yeah, anyway, Babe Station, Mr. J. Cartwright, is that the name of it? I really can't sort of remember these days. You know, the memory's starting to fade. But if that's the name of it, then that's the name of it. Yes, Babe Station. Yes. I like to keep abreast of all the current things that are going on in the world of television. So yes, that is possibly one of my favorites. Yes. Uh, Jeff Dotson says, I'm not going to say anything because the racing finishes in F1 this year have been crazy and unbelievable for some. Very unpredictable indeed. Yes, I quite agree with you there, Jeff. It's been quite a topsy-turvy season, but then last year's was as well, but that was more due to the pandemic than anything else. But yeah, the last two seasons have been pretty decent. Not really for all the right reasons, but been pretty decent nevertheless. But I love all the chaos myself. I love all the unpredictability and things going wrong and having to cancel races, and it brings a lot of good stuff, I think. Yes, which should be done in the future, but it won't be, because as soon as everything settles down, F1 will be back to its normal boring routine. Yes, which will probably be next year, if we ever actually get back to some of the usual tracks like China. But I'm not too sure about that. Do you think we'll ever go to China ever again, or do you think that's it? I'm not sure. I think that's possibly it myself, but we may go back in the future. Right. Scott Barnes says the BTT used to have the full races on YouTube, but no one any. No, that's true. That's true. Can you not watch the BTC on ITV? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. They'd still do them live, and the highlights is. Hang on, I got a message coming through. Sorry, get rid of that. Yeah, they still do the highlights, and they do the races live, I do believe, as well. But I only record the highlights, but as I say, I've lost all of them. So I'll find somewhere. Someone's bound to be showing the first. I think has it been 5 rounds so far? I'm not quite sure. 5 or 6, but anyway. They all disappeared because my box broke. So I say to everyone, get your VHSs out. And yeah, they never break down. They never break down. Always have a backup. Yeah, get your VHSs out and record everything on there just in case. Because these boxes with hard drives, they just break. And then everything you've got on there, you've lost it all. Yeah. What does TB, says Matthew D'Souza, what does TB think about Five Nights at Freddy's? Hopefully you know what that is. Yes, thank you, Matthew. I do know what that is. So TB, what do you think about Five Nights at Freddy's? It's scary. That's what he says. I can't say the other word because it's rude, but that's what he says. He says it's very scary, and he's quite a sensitive bear. He is, yeah, quite a sensitive bear. So he does sort of get a little bit scared, don't you? Yeah, a little bit scared with all the scary stuff, and he sometimes has to go inside of me for like safety reasons. Yeah, safety reasons. You have to go in, don't you, TB? Yeah, that's it. Oh, look at this. Look, you see, because he gets scared, so he has to be inside of me. Don't you, you big beautiful bear? Just look at you big beautiful bear. Look at you. Oh. Jupiter says, do you watch NASCAR? Unfortunately, no, I don't. Only because in England, NASCAR is very much unrepresented. Yes, we don't have. I mean, I know you can probably find it on YouTube, but actually on like the television, on a TV channel, it's not over here. We did go absolutely crazy in the UK for Champ Cars for about 2 years. That was in 1994, because of course Nigel Mansell was in Champ Cars. I think it was the 94 and 95 season. I'm not quite sure. It might be the 93 and the 94. I can't remember. But yes, in fact, now this will make the youngsters go, are you sure, mate? Yes. We had a whole season of Champ Cars on ITV. Yes. Not only that, it was on ITV during prime time hours as well, purely because Nigel Mansell was in it. And I thoroughly enjoyed watching that season. I can't remember any other drivers. I just got a vague inkling of Castro Nevis, but I'm not sure. He might not have been in it with Nigel Mansell, and there was another one as well. He was in a blue and white car. I can't remember what his name is. But yes, we had the whole season on ITV. Anyone in the UK knows ITV? Yes. we had the whole of the Champ Car season, and then I think it was 95, but as I say, it could have been the other way around, 93 and 94. But I think in 95, then Nigel was still in it, but he wasn't doing as well because, of course, he was in the Newman Husk car at the time. And so they changed it to like highlights of the races. It wasn't the whole season live. So it's only highlights. So I knew from that time that the popularity of Champ cars in the UK was starting to dwindle because, as I say, Nigel didn't do so well in his second year that he did in the first year. And then after 95, that was it. There was no Champ cars on ITV. It's such a shame because at that time in 94, I really got into that season. Of course, this was mirroring the season in F1 in 94, which, of course, unfortunately was the year that Ayrton Senna died. So there was a lot going on also in Formula One, but it was great that you could flick between Formula One and Champ cars, pretty much on the same weekend. So I did love that. I did love that indeed. But as I say, unfortunately, it disappeared very, very quickly off our screens, and it is no more. So apart from the fact that we can probably watch it on YouTube over here, but there's no actual live. All our American sport in the UK is on. I mean, we've got it all. It's all mostly highlights though, but all of it in the UK is mostly put on at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Like like the NBA and the whatever you want to call it. I can't remember the basketball, all that stuff. That's all on about 4 o'clock in the morning as highlights on one of our. I think it's Channel 5, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, so we get all the American sport, but yeah, it's all done in the very early hours of the morning when basically they haven't got anything else to put on, so they just put on American sport. To be honest, it's a shame, but there you go. Chirunga Leela says, "Have you heard that Sky One has?" Yes, I have. That's good that you said that actually, because I was saying that to the cable man today because it's now changed to Sky Showcase, and it's such a shame. And in fact, my cable box is still showing it as Sky One, so that's very weird at the moment. Hopefully, they'll change it at some point, but it still says Sky One. Replaced with a channel called Sky Showcase. Futurama's only on it at 6 of them. Oh, that's outrageous, Leela. That's outrageous. I would complain about that. Only having Futurama on at 6 in the morning. Yes, I've just finished Futurama again for about the I don't know, fourth time going from start to finish. I did get it off the Virgin on demand box actually, and I've just finished it to the end, and it's just such an underrated series. It really is. And compared to the abysmal quality of The Simpsons right now, if anyone's in the USA watching this, I'm sure you'll agree with me that The Simpsons has reached such a level of badness that I just can't understand why it's still going, to be honest. I just don't get it. I mean, Dan Castellana, Homer Simpson, I know he's now like a producer, isn't he, of the series, but he just seems really bored with it. And I mean, that's understandable. He's been doing it since what, 1989? But The Simpsons, the quality has just gone so downhill. It's unbelievable. It really has. So if you're sort of a fan of that kind of cartoon, go and watch Futurama because that is just absolutely brilliant. It also had its ups and downs. There was one particular series that wasn't very good at all, but over and all, it was a quality product. And the thing that I like about Futurama the most is you get right to the last episode and it basically does a time loop back to the very first episode. So you could go to the last episode and then you could start again because that's exactly what they do. Actually, I won't spoil it if anyone hasn't seen it, so I won't. But yeah, that's basically so it is basically infinite. You could just watch it forever, and I think that's great. And I also think they stopped it at just the right time. I know it got cancelled at one point, but then they brought it back again. But I think they stopped it at just the right time. It had 10 seasons altogether. Well, there was one season where it was one big movie that they cut together into 20-minute segments, but basically it was 10 seasons altogether. And it's just such a brilliant science fiction animation, is what I'm going to call it. It really is, and the characters and just the act, the way the actors were in it was just brilliant. You could tell that they were really enthusiastic about the product, which is what you need really when you're trying to sell a product, and they really were. So yeah, anyone who hasn't seen Futurama, go check it out because it is really good indeed. And if you're a little bit bored, then go and check it out because it's great. Scott Barnes says, I remember Jimmy Broadbent said Babe Station in the Le Mans iRacing a couple of years ago when he won it. Whoopsie. Yes. Good old Jimmy Broadbent. We love a bit of Jimmy Broadbent, don't you? Don't we? Yes, we do. Yes. Jay Cartwright says NASCAR is on that Premier Sports channel, a channel that shows a lot of rubbish. I still remember it was on Sky Sports in the 2000s. Yeah. Mind you, with a lot of channels on the Sky are rubbish, aren't they? Really, basically. I can't understand. Also, I'm going to have a little rant here. Why not? I can't understand why they've split Sky One into two channels. And at the moment, if anyone doesn't know this, the other channel is called, I think it's Sky Max. But they are, if anyone watches the DC shows like The Flash and DC's Legends of Tomorrow, they're actually showing that at exactly the same time on the two separate channels. That's very, very weird. I don't know why they're doing that. Maybe it's just as like a transitional period for a few weeks. I don't know. But why are they doing exactly the same episode, exactly the same time on two different channels? That's very weird. Anyway, Sky One. Absolutely sad that it's gone. 40. I can't believe it's been on for 40 years. Yes. Back in the day when I used to have the original analog cable, Sky One was the essential channel to have. It really was. It was the only channel to have if you could afford it, because it was only on cable at the time or satellite. But yeah, it was the essential channel. Back then, they used to have. This will make the youngsters laugh. Space 1999 used to be on Sky One. Yes, Space 1999, and of course it had the X-Files as well. After they poached it after season 2 from the BBC. Yes, the BBC started showing the X-Files first before Sky. The BBC really didn't know what they had. Yes, they really didn't know the phenomenon that it was going to grow into. They just thought it's just another crappy American sci-fi series. They didn't know. And after the second season, it just blew up. It really did blow up. And then for the third season, when it came to optioning it for the TV companies, Sky just absolutely wiped the floor with the BBC and took it over. They had no response to how much cash they put in to buy the X-Files onto Sky One. They really did. There was no competition. No competition at all. And of course, from that point on, really, that was the start of Sky One buying all the big TV shows. And in fact, taking a lot of the old TV shows over as well. I mean, if anyone remembers the new version of Hawaii Five-0 actually started on the Sci-Fi Channel. Yeah, because they didn't know what show that was going to become either. It was just this might not be any good. It's a reboot of the original Hawaii Five-0. This one, but unfortunately, the channel that was on over here actually sort of stopped, and so Sky One took it over. But yeah, it was originally, I think it was Sci-Fi or or it might have been Bravo. I can't remember which channel it was actually on. Might have been Bravo. And of course, Bravo finished over here in the UK. Because there was a lot going on in TV land back then, and they just didn't want to continue broadcasting because there was a lot of controversy and a lot of infighting between Virgin and Sky. So they went, no, can't be bothered. So they packed it in. I think it was Bravo, actually. It was premiered on Hawaii Five-0. I'll have to look that up. But it was definitely not on Sky One to start with. About halfway through the season, Sky One actually took it up. And then Sky One started showing the series from the beginning. Yeah, but it was on one of the other channels to start with. So, yeah, that's a fascinating fact for everyone who hasn't fallen asleep by now. All right, let's have a look. Emerson Fittipaldi was racing in 1993 during the kart season. Yeah, I remember that. Mansell left in 1994. Right, okay. So Mansell left in 94, and I think in 95 they showed highlights of the champ season on ITV. But of course, if Nigel wasn't in it, that's why they were only showing highlights, because they knew that people wouldn't be watching. And after that, the highlights then stopped as well. So I remember that. Nice. Jupiter says, I wonder if Teddy worked with Williams. Yes, I think he did. Shall we ask him? Hey, TB, did you work with Williams? Yes. Did you get on well with Claire? Did you? Didn't do anything naughty with her, did you? You did? Is that where that baby came from? You dirty little bugger, aren't you? You dirty little bugger. Unbelievable. You heard it here first. Claire's baby. That's TB's. That's TB the bears. Get over there, disgraceful little bear. So, Jay Cartwright says, eventually the kart series was on Eurosport with the great Ben Edwards. Oh, yes, I remember Ben Edwards on Eurosport. Great, great. Very, very sad that Ben had disappeared. And I was very, very glad to see him make that very short return after one of the, who was it who got corona? Can't remember who it was, but whoever it was, very great to see. Oh, yeah, that's right. The new bloke. I can't remember his name. Is it Alex Jacks? I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'm not very impressed with him, to be honest. He's all right, but yeah, glad to see him come back for a very short time, because he's such a great content. In fact, I think a great successor to Murray Walker. I don't know why he's now left. I'm not going to comment on that. It could be personal reasons, of course, so you can't really say, but very sad to see Ben Edwards go, because he was a great commentator. I used to listen to him back on the Eurosport days and, of course, the BTCC days as well, and he was absolutely great, really was. Enthusiasm. That's what you need when you're doing commentary, enthusiasm. If you sit there all monotone saying exactly the same thing, hello and welcome to the Indianapolis 500. No excitement there, is there? No excitement. You've got to get revved up. That's what you need. Hello, and welcome to the Indianapolis 500. And today we've got a real bang of a show for you. That's what you need. They should get me commentating. They really should. Oh my God, just give myself an ice cream headache doing it. Ow. Great, but Channel 5 used to show highlights of it in the late 90s when they started in 19s. Yeah, I remember that. Good old Channel 5. They used to be a great channel as well, but they've gone right downhill as well, haven't they? Scott Barnes says Champ Car was on Eurosport on Channel 5, 1997 to 2001. Kart at its best. Been watching Kart Eurosport now with Ben. Yay! And I did totally agree with you. Tirunga Leela says, I remember when Futurama was on the Sky Free channel. Yes. That was a very ill-conceived idea from Sky. But of course, every channel does it now, don't they? You've got ITV with their ITV2, 3, 4. But back in those days when Sky did it, it was like, wait, so you're going to split all your content from Sky 1 and distribute it over 3 channels? Everyone was like, I don't like it. I remember when Sky 2 started, yeah, and they started showing like the older Sky 1 shows on Sky 2. And Sky 2 was only on, wasn't it, from 7 p.m. until I think about 2 in the morning, something like that. Yeah. I literally had Sky 2 on my cable box, and I never changed the channel for about a year. All I ever watched was Sky 2. Because I just thought it was brilliant. I thought it was brilliant because it was only on for a certain amount of time. And it used to show a lot of the older shows that had been on Sky. But yeah, and then they went Sky 3, didn't they? And it was just, you can't get all your content and start spreading it around. I don't think we should have ITV 1, 2, 3, 4, to be honest. It's just because You know, keep it all in one place. I don't understand why you have to spread it all around, because all you're doing is diluting the content that you could have all on one channel. Don't see the point. But yeah, Sky 2, that's my favourite. Who remembers Earth 2? That was, I'm sure that was their launch program on Sky 2, Earth 2. Yeah, that was a great show. Science fiction, very, very weird. I think it only lasted 2 seasons as well before they scrapped it. And it had Clancy Brown in it, who's a stalwart of science fiction. Clancy Brown, yes. Anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, just Google Clancy Brown and you'll instantly know who it is, because he does voices. He's acted in tons of science fiction stuff. He's been in Star Trek, obviously, but he's been in absolutely everything. And yes, Clancy Brown was in Earth 2, and it was a great series, but very, very weird, very, very weird. Yes, it was all to do with the fact that the Earth of the future was so sort of overpopulated and full of pollution that they had to find somewhere else, and they found another planet, and it was basically almost exactly the same as Earth, and so they got on their rocket ships and sped off to this other planet, and that was it. They landed on the Earth 2, and it was all the story about their survival on this other planet, which turned out not to be as perfect as what they thought it was, because there was quite a few, let me say, unhospitable sort of creatures on this planet. Yes. So there you go, Earth 2, absolutely brilliant. I remember when Futurama was on the Sky Free channel, I used to show all the old episodes. Then they changed the channel to Pick TV that showed the newer ones. Oh yeah, Pick TV. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. They did manage to finish a series, even if it did take them at least nearly 10 years. They started showing it on the channel in 2006. Yeah, yeah. Great, great series. Jay says, yeah, I don't get why Sky have changed everything again. And that Sky Replay channel that's still going, which I thought was going to close down. Yeah, I just, I think, to be honest, they had to rebrand it because, as everyone knows, network television in I'm going to say 10 years, but that's probably a bit optimistic. But there isn't going to be any network television in about 10 years' time, because it's just deteriorating. I mean, I was watching an episode of DC Legends, and they actually went to the future in 2045, and they were on this network TV show. And actually, one of the characters in it said, I'm just so surprised that network TV is actually going in 2045." So they're actually taking the piss out of themselves, because they're on network television and they know that the future of network TV is almost finished. To be honest, it's almost at the end, because everything is streaming now. And if you look now at the quality of network TV productions versus the quality of stuff on streaming, there's just no comparison, because every show you see on streaming, it's basically like a mini movie, because everyone pays to watch this stuff, and that's how they get their money to make the kind of stuff. But on network TV, they only really get paid for the adverts, so they haven't got the cash. But it's now looking very, very old. I mean, when Arrow came out, that was cutting edge stuff. But you know, if you look at Arrow now, it just looks very, very old. I mean, let's compare it to something, I don't know, latest season of Star Trek Discovery. You compare that to Arrow, and Arrow looks about 25 years old now. It really does compared to it. I know they're completely different shows, of course, but it just looks really, really old. And that's how, unfortunately, network TV is going to go. And I don't know what the future is going to be, to be honest. I really don't. We will have to see. But network TV could disappear entirely. The writing's already on the wall, because over here in the UK, we've got a Freeview service and a free sat service, which is basically the same thing, but one you get through a satellite and one you get through an aerial, and they've just combined themselves. They were both owned by the same companies, but they've just combined themselves into one. So it's all starting in TV land. It really is. It's all starting to kick off. And as I say, in the future, network television, I can't see it surviving. And the thing is, if you're going to make a show that's half the quality of something you can go on to streaming, what's the point, really? What's the point? So, yeah, dark days indeed for network TV. Okay, it's almost time for me to end the stream. I'd like to thank everybody who's been watching me for the past hour and 19 minutes. I'm just going to read the last of the messages before I go. So here we go. I remember Sky One back in 2008. They showed 24. House. Oh my god, House. House is my favorite, possibly my favorite TV show ever. Possibly. There's a lot up there, but House is just, yes, it's up there. Lost. You know, I've never seen Lost. Never seen Lost. I don't know why. It just lost me. No, there must have been something else on at that time when it was on. And I always say, if I don't start a show from the beginning, I don't usually watch it. So something must have been on. I didn't get around to Lost. Prison Break. I didn't see that either. Well, weird. All of those shows used to be on Freeview, and then Sky bought them, perhaps trying to convince people to join their service. Yeah, well, that's Sky for you. I mean, I've got cable, and I get the highlights of the qualifying the races for F1, and every single week, my recording box records on the occasions when they actually put the F1 races on. Well, the old Sky One, if you know, my recording box records that. I never asked it to, but it's just a sneaky little attempt by Sky to say, "Oh no, you don't want to sit there and watch the highlights. You can watch the full race." Yes, with us at Sky, just pay your £5.99 a month or whatever it is, and you can. It's just a sneaky attempt. I have never at any point clicked on a series link to have Sky showing me the F1 races. I just put in the Channel 4 ones. Never, but every single week, if it's on Sky, because I don't put it on Sky One all the time, but if it's on Sky, it records it. Sneaky. Very, very sneaky indeed. The Hawaii 508 was actually meant to be Bravo. That was it. Yeah, I thought it was, but Sky decided to close the channel down, and then they showed the series. Thank you, Jay, for clarification there. Yeah, I thought it was on Bravo. I thought it was on Sci-Fi, but of course Sci-Fi is still running. But yeah, Bravo. Ben Edwards and Martin Brundle, the best commentary duo that never was. Yes, you're quite right. Now that would have been a thing. That would have been a thing. Of course, I always liked David Coulthard with Martin Brundle, but unfortunately, when all the TV rights were getting sorted out for this, Martin Brundle decided he didn't want to be part of a deal which was highlights only. So he left and went to Sky, which caused a lot of condemnation with David Coulthard. In fact, I do understand they're no longer friends over that, but I'm not quite sure. That could just be a bit of the media trying to cook up a storm, but I do believe they may not be friends because of what happened there when he left to go to Sky. David Coulthard, I know, wanted Brundle with him at Channel 4, but that never panned out because, of course, Channel 4 only had the highlights. I think it was the BBC, wasn't it? Yeah, because Channel 4 took it over from the BBC, didn't they? Whatever it was, he wanted him with him, but no, he went to Sky because he wanted the full races. He didn't want to do it just as highlights. But it all could be just a media frenzy, and they could be all great friends behind the scenes. We don't know. We don't know. Sky 3 was meant to be a taster channel, convincing people to join Sky. Yeah, that sounds about right. Around 2008, I think, it just didn't bother with it. They decided to put on police and airline documentaries. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, my God. Couldn't think of anything else to put on it, basically. I don't know if you remember Yes, I do remember the Virgin One channel. That was supposed to be the competition for Sky One, which never quite went to fruition because they couldn't get hold of the top shows. They tried. I think they had one of the top shows. There was only one. I can't remember which one it was, but they tried their best, but they couldn't quite compete with Sky One. And then, of course, we had the big Sky One versus Virgin debacle when Sky One actually removed Sky One from the cable TV because Virgin wouldn't pay the price that Sky were asking. I remember that. I remember that because I was halfway through the third season of Battlestar Galactica and the bastards turned the channel off, and I was very upset indeed. Yes, because that was one of my favourite shows was Battlestar Galactica, the remake, not the original. Mind you, I still love the original, but the remake. And the bastards halfway through the season turned off Sky One, so there was no Sky One for it was a good few months before they negotiated and got it back on. But yes, I remember the Virgin One channel, that big red one in the middle of the screen. Yeah, but unfortunately, it didn't take off because they couldn't get the big shows. It did have good shows on it, I remember. Then Sky bought it, changed it, and decided to close it down, saying it was too similar to Sky 3. Yeah. Good old Sky. I mean, Virgin, they tried their best. I mean, they only managed to do all these shows because of the money they were getting from people like me, cable customers. Yeah, giving them all that lovely dirty cash. They managed to, do it, but unfortunately, didn't pan out. But there you go. Anyway, the last comment is from Scott Barnes, who says, "It's another fantastic performance for the person who never gives up and he never surrenders. Yay! Don't you know? Don't you know?" So I just like to say a huge thank you to everyone. This has been another great stream. I'm really starting to like these live streams as opposed to just doing a quick 10-minute video, which basically only takes me about half an hour. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying them too, especially enjoying some of my reminiscing, because I don't just like to talk about F1. I am quite a sort of old TV addict as well. So if that's your thing, then please like and subscribe and hit that red button and maybe hit the join button as well. Yeah, and you will get more of this quality entertainment. And if you hit the join button, you get that for 99p a month. It's the bargain of the century. What else can you get for 99p a month? Nothing, absolutely nothing. So yeah, and apparently, so says YouTube, you can leave at any time. So if you want to leave, don't worry, I won't be upset. But yes, I do check who's actually my members are pretty much every 5 minutes. So I am watching you. Oh dear. So yes, thank you to everyone. You have been awesome. And once again, how far will it let me scroll up? Well, let's be scrolling right up to the top. So I will do a thank you before I go. So I'd like to thank Mr. Will F1, Mr. J Cartwright, the Bobster, Mr. Russian guy who unfortunately I can't pronounce his name, but thank you, sir. You are awesome. We've got Jupiter as well, was in the chat. Thank you, Jupiter. Oliver Beck. Who else have we got? Mr. Dominic Orlando. Who could forget Dominic Orlando? Who else have we got? Mr. Jeff Dotson. Scott Barnes. And I think that's everybody. Oh, and Matthew D'Souza. Don't forget Matthew D'Souza. And of course, who could forget Turunga Leela? And Jay Cartwright, who I may have just mentioned, but maybe not. I'm forgetting the names now, but I think we're at the end. Yes, we are at the end. So there you go. Thanks everyone for tuning in once again to this old lunatic reminiscing about old shit from TV. And we will all give you a special wave from my beautiful bear. Yes, the beautiful. Oh, he's doing headbanging now. He wants to go to a Metallica concert. Stop it, TB. Behave yourself. Yes, we're going now. Yes, we're going now. Yes, we've got to go and have some sex. Yes, some big, beautiful, juicy sex. Yes. Yes, yes. So say goodbye to everyone. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. See you again next week. Oh, and tomorrow I've got a video out. Yes, it's the end of the 2020 career mode. Fascinating. Season final. Yes, I finally finished it. Anyway, let's put the bear down. As I say, thanks so much for watching, everyone. 9 viewers at some point. You are all awesome creatures of the internet. And I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. And good night.